In a future where humans have totally used up Earth's resources to meet their needs, our planets become completely unlivable because of how messed up we made it. Things got even worse with global warming and fewer trees, making Earth super hot. What happened next? All the ice in Antarctica melted. Global warming's also creating methane gas. And all those bacteria and viruses that were chilling in the Antarctic ice for ages, they're active again. Now the human race is getting wiped out super fast because of infections and diseases. Humanity's on the verge of extinction. And if things keep going like this, we're all going to be gone real soon. There's no way out, so all the countries team up and build a bunch of spaceships. Rich and powerful folks bail on Earth in these ships, looking for another planet. All this went down super fast, so there wasn't any proper planning. Even the people who went into space died from cosmic radiation. The few humans left on Earth either died from sickness or starved and dehydrated, and now there's no trace of humans left on the whole planet. Only one human's left in the whole world, and her name's Eva. Eva lives on a high mountain with her robot because cities and plains are completely unlivable now. Eva's dad, who was a military engineer, isn't around anymore. But before he died, he left Eva an AI robot. And this robot's always looked out for her. This smart robot makes sure no one harms her or steals her food. Eva's dad built this base for her to live in just before he died, and this robot guards the whole base. Eva's the only human left in the world, but she thinks there might be other survivors like her. She's been alone for a long time and is pretty bored because her AI robot, even though it's super smart, has no emotions, so she can't joke around with it at all. Today, Eva had to go down to the city for some essentials. She puts on a radiation suit to head down. Before she leaves, her robot gives her some safety instructions. Take extra oxygen and don't eat or drink anything down there. When Eva goes down, we see the place is totally deserted. There's just dust everywhere. She goes to the market and starts collecting what she needs. She even finds lavender seeds and keeps them. She knows no plants grow anymore, but she still hopes the world will go back to how it was. On her way back, she writes down her coordinates, so if there are other survivors, they can find her. When she gets back to her base, her AI robot asks her about her day. Eva, annoyed, sarcastically replies that she was at a concert. As Eva goes inside to put things away, the robot asks her for the password. Eva tells it the password, but as soon as she goes to put more stuff away, the robot asks for the password again. Every time Eva even stepped outside the house, that AI robot would ask her for the password, so she had to tell it the password every time she entered the house. Annoyed, Eva once tells it the wrong password. The robot immediately points a gun at her. Eva then gives it the right password and enters the house. See, this robot knows Eva well, but her dad coded it so it wouldn't let anyone in without a password. As soon as she gets in, she showers to wash off any viruses or bacteria she might have brought with her. Later, she tries to make contact on the radio, giving out her location. She also has a greenhouse where she waters plants. At night, she organizes her supplies and fixes broken things, while her AI robot guards the base. The next day, Eva's installing solar panels. The robot's sitting next to her, but it's not helping at all. This robot doesn't really do anything. Its only job is to protect Eva. Eva asks it if it can answer her questions. The robot confirms it's a robot and can answer any question in the world. Eva asks it 3 riddles. It easily answers 2. But for the third riddle, its gears start whirring and it can't answer. When it asks Eva for the answer, Eva doesn't tell it, saying it's super smart and should figure it out itself. This riddle is about 3 robots, and according to Eva, only a human can answer it. Eva says she beat it for the first time today. They're talking, and Eva suddenly proposes marriage to it. She asks if it'll marry her. Instead of answering, the robot starts giving her the definition of marriage and states that it's a robot, and she's a human, and robots and humans can never marry. Eva tells it there's no one else left in the world for her to marry, so instead of being so rigid, it could at least act like a human. The robot then says even if it married her, it wouldn't be with her forever, because it'll only be active for 40 years. After that, it'll be dead forever. Eva jokingly tells it she'll just find another robot. Anyway, humans leave each other easily, so finding another robot wouldn't be a big deal for her. Eva explains that when her father built this base, he brought the robot from a warehouse to protect her. He promised her before going to war that he'd be back soon, but he never came back. And the robot he left to protect her doesn't even understand her emotions. So she asks what she's supposed to do. Eva's completely alone in this world. Wherever she goes, she always writes down her coordinates, hoping someone will come find her. But maybe there's no one else left in this world besides these 2. That's why Eva proposed to it. But it's pretty rigid. As Eva goes inside, she asks it the 3 basic rules of a robot. The robot tells her all 3 rules. First, a robot can never harm a human, no matter how bad the situation is. Second, a robot will follow every order order given by a human. And third, it'll maintain its existence as long as it follows the first two rules. If it violates either of the first two rules, its existence will be threatened. Eva tells it that maybe it forgot it was also built to find new resources. But the robot flat out refuses, saying it's just a guard robot whose job is to protect Eva from intruders. And that's what it was created for. According to it, an intruder is anyone who doesn't know its password. Eva gets angry and states that it probably doesn't even know it once massacred humans. She talks about when the whole world was dying from intense heat. Also during the war, when people in India were dying from the heat, they fled north to escape. But thousands of robots like it were guarding there. It probably doesn't even remember that it didn't let anyone into the north, because no one knew its password, and any human who tried to enter the north was killed by the robots. The result was millions of people died. The robot says that's impossible, because no robot can ever harm a human. Eva responds that all those robots were working for the military in the First War, and it was a military robot too, but her father changed its programming to make it a guard robot. That's why it doesn't remember anything from before. If she knew how to change its programming like her father did, then she'd know how it massacred humans before. That evening, Eva and her robot watched the sunset together, and once again, the robot asks her for the answer to the riddle. Eva asked it earlier, but Eva still refuses to give it the answer. The next day, Eva's installing solar panels again. Then it hits her that Christmas is coming, so she needs to put up lights. She also needs to find a Christmas tree somewhere. She asks her robot if it wants a gift for Christmas. The AI robot says robots don't take gifts. Eva gets angry at this, saying she keeps forgetting she's talking to a metal box with no emotions, not a human. But it could at least pretend to be human for her. That night, while Eva's in her base, the robot observes her from outside in a strange way. The next day, Eva needed a tree for Christmas, but there are no living trees left in the world, so she'd have to find an artificial one. For that, she gets dressed in her suit to go down to the city. Again, her robot gives her the same safety instructions it always gives her before she goes out. Take extra oxygen. Don't eat or drink anything down there. Now, when Eva goes to get supplies, the robot asks for the password. Eva tells it the password, and the very next second, the robot points a gun at Eva, saying the password is wrong. Eva's completely stunned. She repeats the same password, and the robot loads its weapon, telling her to say the new password, not the old one. Turns out, this robot's password changes every 3 months, and Eva's dad had written them in a code book, but that book is inside, and Eva doesn't know the new password. Eva gets distressed. Even though this robot knows Eva well, its programming won't let her in without the password. Eva needs to go inside to find the new password from the codebook, but she can only go inside if she tells the robot its new password. Eva says all the old passwords she remembers, but none of them are correct. Eva's in a bad state from hunger and thirst. She tells the robot that her father only brought it here to protect her, not create problems for her. She's the last human in this world, and there's no one else around for miles, so it's obviously Eva. But the robot, because of its programming, won't let her in no matter what, because she doesn't know the password. And anyone who doesn't know the password is a stranger to it. Eva, exhausted, sits down nearby, hoping she can trick the robot and run inside. But this dangerous robot activates its weapon. Now, it was quite dangerous for Eva, so she comes back to the robot once again. She now understood that the robot considers any human who doesn't know the password an intruder and has the right to kill them. Eva comes back with a new plan and says she needs an axe to cut a Christmas tree. Eva's plan was that as soon as the robot went inside to get the axe, she'd sneak in and check the password from the notebook. But incredibly, the robot remembered that there are no living trees left in this world. It asks why she needs an axe if there are no trees. Now, Eva's completely shocked that the robot remembers all this, but not that its real job is just to protect her. Eva explains to it 1,000,000 times that she can only tell it the password after going inside, but it's a robot. It can never understand what kind of trouble a human is in. Eva tells it to just let her in for 1 minute and she'll tell it the correct password. And if she tells the wrong password, it can kill her. Now, the robot says that according to the rules, it can never kill her or any human for that matter. It can only kill someone who tries to harm Eva or is an intruder. Eva gets distressed and has to spend the night outside the base. At night, she angrily throws rocks at the robot to distract it, but the robot doesn't budge. The next morning, Eva gets another idea. She wears her clothes inside out, covers her face, and approaches the robot, claiming to be a refugee looking for shelter. She reminds the robot that according to Article 14 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, any human in danger can seek refuge in another country. The robot knows this rule well and agrees with her statement, but it says it needs to talk to Eva first and get her permission. Now, in her refugee disguise, Eva asks it where she can find Eva. The robot says behind the generator. She goes behind the generator, and the robot starts scanning her from behind. Here, Eva thought her plan had worked, and then comes back as Eva, and that was her biggest mistake. First, she came as a refugee, but this time she appeared as Eva again. Also, last night when Eva was secretly throwing stones at it, the robot considered her an intruder. So now this robot is completely alert. It immediately reports to Eva that a stranger and a refugee also came here besides her. Eva gets angry at this and says that next time the refugee comes, it should at least offer a glass of water. Saying this, she quietly leaves and then changes her look again and comes back as a refugee. She approaches the robot and asks for water to drink. But this time, the robot starts asking her questions like if she's a climate refugee or a political refugee. Eva states that she's a political refugee because climate refugees don't have any rights. The robot says if that's the case, she should show it her documents. Eva gets angry at this, saying she fled her country to save her life. So how would she have documents? The robot says if she doesn't have documents, she should at least give it a reason why she came here. At this, she tells a fake story that their country is at war and attackers killed her whole family, and now she somehow managed to escape with her life and reached here as a refugee. She asks the robot to give her water. The robot says it will definitely give her water, but it can't give her water until it has given water to Eva first. It has to give water to Eva first because Eva has been thirsty for a long time, so she must be dehydrated. But Eva can only drink water if she knows the password. Eva, exhausted, returns. She's extremely thirsty and almost half dead. She asks the robot for water one more time, but the robot still asks for the password. With no other option, Eva decides she'll ram her car into the robot and destroy it. Eva does just that and jumps out of the moving car. The car crashes directly into the robot and there's a huge blast. But Eva also got seriously injured doing this and passes out right there. When she wakes up in the morning, she sees the same robot again. This robot is not only a problem for her, but it's also very difficult to destroy. The robot immediately flies over and reports to her that an intruder attacked it with a car last night. Eva doesn't even have the strength to speak and asks it for water again. The robot says that if she were the last human in the world, it might consider giving her water. But it knows there's an intruder also present who are hiding behind that generator. Eva says that she is both a refugee and the intruder. She begs for water and says if it gives her water, she'll tell it the answer to the riddle. But this robot is very smart. It replies that its programming is such that no one can manipulate it. It tells her to tell it the password once. Then inside she can patch herself up because she's very injured and her body is starting to decay due to radiation. Eva, in a breaking voice, says she wishes it had killed her instead of protecting her. Eva is now taking her last breaths, and she makes one last request to the robot, that after she dies, it should water her lavender seeds. And saying this, Eva dies. Eva's last word was lavender. As soon as the robot hears the word lavender, its password is verified. That means the robot's new password was lavender. The password was correct, but now Eva's gone. This movie shows us exactly the terrifying aspect of AI that could be a danger to humans in the future. AI can be helpful but never trustworthy because trust only comes when there are feelings. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.